What's going on, guys? So I got my seat covers in and I'm very impressed right off the bat with the quality of these. And I did fronts and backs. So this is the part for the back. That's the top for the back, the other seat, the bottoms, and the headrest part's buried underneath here somewhere. So very impressed. Really can't wait to see how they go on and how bad this is gonna suck. So I'm gonna start with the rear and pulling this all apart. So I know I gotta remove all these hog rings that are everywhere and kind of go from there. So yep, gonna get started on that. And then I'll keep filming after I get this off. But it's pretty straightforward. Alright, well, I got the old seat cover off for the back seat here. So I'm gonna go set this to the side, because now I need to work on taking taking these out. And I'll show you. Whoops. So you have all these little rods and everything. They need to come out and go in the new seat. So new seat has all the same spots to put all those little rods through. And this is gonna suck. But I decided that when I take apart the other seats, instead of taking out the hog rings, like trying to peel it off that way, I'm just freaking cutting that shit. And then I'll pop the hog rings off, because that was a pain in the ass. And I see why people use zip ties to put it back together. And I'm strongly considering using zip ties to put it back together. I'm going to start with hog rings and see how bad it is, but we'll see. Alright, well, it's a couple days later, so I did some research before finishing this rear seat. I got the rear cover off, but talked to a bunch of people that I know that have used Ridies seats and have done this work, and they recommended using some heavy duty zip ties instead of the hog rings, because I can pull the leather tighter and that's going to look better. So I have these left over from when I added a new vent and a room we did in the house. So built this wall, put in this room, but this vent here was just blowing off here, hitting that and killing the shutting off the AC before it was even cold in the house. So, and I needed a vent in here, so me and a friend removed that whole vent, took the piping, ran it up, went in the attic, ran it up and over. We almost went through. Ran it up and over, and then just dropped it in right here. So I just gotta patch that up, and then respray that, and that'll be done. But anyway, so that's why I have those zip ties left over. So I got these zip ties, and the goal is to use zip ties instead of hog rings, because it'll make my life easier. Now, when you're doing these seats, there's a certain way you have to start. So I figured this out when taking it off. That's why I took the seat off the right way instead of cutting it. The back seat is the hardest seat to do. I know that from speaking to everyone and just from personal experience. This seat sucks to do. Everyone else I know only did the fronts, and they're like, oh, it only took me a couple hours. Yeah. So there's a bar that comes through here, because you have to take all these old bars, like I mentioned earlier, out. And they all come through here. You have to start with that. Start here. There's one here, one here, and one here. You start with that bar. Then you go here, then you go here. Then you do this one, then you do this one, and this one, then this one, then this one. Then there's, let's see, flip this over. Then there's these ones right here. Get those done. And then the sides, the top, and the bar on the bottom. Now, one thing I had to do that I wasn't too happy about, but it's the only way to fit the bar in on the bottom. There's a bar that goes through here too. I actually had to cut a little tiny piece of the leather open so I could slide that bar all the way through and to the other side. But you can see it attaches all along here, and if I just did it through the leather and not the bar, it's gonna tear that leather. So yeah, well, oh god. I'm gonna get started. Probably gonna be doing most of it in the house because I live in Florida and it is extremely hot in Florida. So I'm just gonna knock this out, and then once I get it done, I'm gonna take it outside here, and the cover of the hot tub gets a lot of sun, so I'm gonna lay it out there. And everyone else also suggested laying it in the sun, excuse me, and it'll help get the wrinkles out. So let's get this done. Okay, well apparently the camera shut off after a while. So this is all in. All this, all this, all this. Up here, these are in. This. So I still gotta do all this over here. The back two here. This up here. Like there's a lot more to do. But as you can see, like this whole square is done. And you can see it start to pull and get the wrinkles out and get a little tighter. Even right here where it got tighter, pulled the wrinkles out. So we're getting there. Alright guys, well I got one seat done. Well, one part of one seat. So everyone I talked to just said let it sit in the sun and all these wrinkles will start to pull themselves out, because it's pulled tight. I mean, that's up against the, you can see it's pulled tight everywhere. So just gonna let it sit in the sun, and hopefully these wrinkles start to disappear. Alright guys, well, I got the back seat done, and yep, just need these wrinkles to get smoothed out in the sun and all will be well. But let's see, let's go over how I did this. So there's all these here that are hog rings that I use zip ties. Right here, forcing this under is a pain. It's like a little plastic tab, one on both sides, and then more zip ties here, and then there's a plastic tab that folds under these little bars underneath here. And on this side you have the steel bar here and a little steel bar here that's on the actual fabric. When you take it off, you'll see. And then there's a zip tie here, 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 here. This was really easy. Cutting this was kind of a pain because I was worried I was going to mess it up. But other than that, it just needs to sit in the sun, and turn it around so I can actually get these wrinkles out. It just needs to sit in the sun. It'll be good to go. That one's already, if you look at the back, actual seat part, this is already really starting to smooth out. Which I'm very happy. This was very wrinkly and it's already smoothing out. I might rent a steam gun too. I'm not sure yet. Very happy with how it's turned out so far. So, gotta keep going. I'm gonna go ahead and take out the front seats and start working on those. Those I'm gonna film more. I know I didn't film the backrest of the back seat because it's pretty straightforward. It is really easy. Now, the front seats are gonna be a little more difficult because the headrest. The headrest is a pain in the ass from what I'm told. So I'm gonna go pull those seats out, and then once I get them back in the house, I'll start filming. Sorry guys, I slacked on filming the headrest, but anyway, so to remove the headrest on these, it is a pain in the ass. But right inside of there, there's a little tab you push down. Same with down here on the outside, there's a little tab you push down. And that gets rid of the headrest. Whoops. And then that's what it looks like when it's rewrapped. Now there's little clips down in here that I broke, pretty much all of them. Luckily this little piece holds this all on, and then I used a couple in here that weren't completely broke. But looks good, I'm happy. So just needs to sit in the sun, tighten up. That's looking real nice. So is that back seat. I'm getting very, very excited right now. That's starting to look good. Alright, well, watch out, Stinky. I'm going to start ripping off this back seat cover. You got a little clip here. And then this wraps around. You got some clips here that you got to remove so this can come off because it clips to itself. And then this will all come off. The back seat's actually, or the front seat's actually pretty easy. The only part you have to worry about with the bars, there's bars here and then here, which I'm going to use zip ties. Same with here. There's bars here and bars here. That's it. The front seats are actually super easy, so I'm pretty excited to get these going. But yeah, I'm not going to film it. I'll show you guys when it's done, and if there's any issues, I'll be sure to address those. The camera keeps shutting off, so sorry. But you know, of course I can answer any questions if you put it in the comments, or you know, I can send you my email and you can send me pictures if you have any issues and we could further discuss it. But I'm going to keep on going. I need to get this done. Alright guys, so I got all the seat, let me pause this here. Yeah, I'm watching Fast and Furious. I freaking just feel the need to watch it when I'm working on cars. I don't know why. So anyway, this is off. That one's off. So like I said, you have that clip here where it clips to itself. And then you have a rod that goes down here, here, a rod here, here, and here. And then it's 4 hog rings here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, and 4 here. And then there's one on each side on the back that hold like these little straps on, which I'll show you that when I put it all together. So the way you have to do this, the same with the seat, you do these first, like you flip it up, do these first, flip this up, do these, then you pull those rods out, and you can fold this over, get these three, fold it over again, get these three, and so on. Same with the seat here. You got two 14mm bolts, or 4 total, 2 on each side. You gotta take those out after you take all these plastics off. These little electric switches, they just pop off, and this has a little clip right here, and then it pops off. And then the handle for the back rest is just 2 bolts, and then the rest is just little screws. But same thing here. Once you get the clips out underneath and it unclipped up front here, you do these, and then you can fold it, get these, fold it, get these, fold it, get these. So that's pretty much it. And then this process is the same for putting it together. Do this one, do this one, do this one, do this one, do this one. You fold it over, and then yep. So I'm gonna eat, and then I'm going to try to get this front seat done. All right, guys. Well, the driver's side front seat is now done. Sitting here baking in the sun, turned out really well. I don't really want to touch it because I just want it to bake, but very, very happy. Now to get the passenger seat done, and then that's the back seat. Almost all those wrinkles are gone, and this one, all the wrinkles are gone. So, all right, gonna keep it going. All right, guys. Well, it is done. Passenger side seat needs to sit in the sun. I might actually take the car to work tomorrow and leave the targa off and let it bake. The back turned out real good. It's kind of hard to see. It's pretty dark in my garage. But those are all done. New headlights are in. They look incredible. Very happy about the new headlights. Driver's side seat. You see, you can tell this one sat in the sun. It's not as wrinkly as the other one. And they all still work. Next is this. Gotta fix that seat belt. But yeah, it matches the shifter now. Man, I'm excited. This thing is looking mint. Well, that's going to be it for this one, guys. I got to clean off this board. I accomplished literally everything except for the coolant flush and the radiator. So I got to wipe off that board. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to sell the GTE head I have once I finish putting it together. And I might turbo my GE engine. CX Racing came out with a pretty nice kit. Heard a lot of good things about it. I could run that with a Wheelbarrow 350 fuel pump, 550cc injectors, and AEM FIC, piggyback fuel management, and be able to run 400 wheel horsepower no problem. So yeah, that's it. I'm tired, I'm hungry. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe button, leave some comments if you have any questions about how I did the seats. I wasn't too thorough. I mean, the driver's seat's the same as the passenger. The back's a pain in the ass, so I filmed most of that. But if you have any questions, just let me know. Alright guys, thanks.